Give me a moment. Online participants, can you all see this screen?
Yes, we can see, sir. Thanks.
You check quickly. There I am pulling up. See. Wait, so last week we were discussing central principles governing an auditor, code of ethics, and I told you guys very important. You know the reason. Maybe will be tested in examination or not. Does not matter. But that's the thing. But what is important to make sure that you, as an auditor, maintain all these code of ethics. Salute, go. Salute, respect. You know why? Last week we have discussed. With a lot of difficulties, you gain this, membership for, become a chartered accountant, and then unfortunately, let's say, you will be losing if you not able to maintain any of these code of ethics. So it's very important to make sure you always salute. Saturday morning, I'm telling you, respect all these code of ethics. Very difficult, huh? Young people, very difficult, especially professional behavior. Last week we were discussing how to walk, how to talk. I tell you all that. How to walk, how to talk, your signature. All these are matters. We might not take as seriously now, but there will be a time in your life in the future. Before you will think as, oh, I see that day he told us to like this. Very important. Our signature is having this much of value. Like that. No smoking. Under the influence, no. If you want to have it, you can have it in such a way, but ideally not. Professional behavior. And for girls, I told, not only girls, like boys as well. During about a decade back, and about a decade back, I can remember had a female staff member in my staff. It's when I was heading the finance in one of the companies. She used to have a hairstyle, 5 days working days. One day blue color. Tuesday very beautiful to see. But when it comes to a chartered accountant, let's say, people might be ideal, suitable for you. Fashion and all, there are no answers, but be careful. Huh? So I'll cut short by that point. Let's move to the next one. Technical standards here. How many counting standards? How many counting standards we have? In Sri Lanka. Huh? Nothing. How many? How many number of accounting standards? 55. Okay, next time not to guess, but at least I do appreciate. What is the latest introduced accounting standards? Accounting standard. I told you very first day, if you want to be a smart auditor, how do I know? The master of financial accounting. Master. Recent introduced accounting standard is what? IFRS? SLFRS? Oh, right. All right. Leasing is before that, no? Oh, very good. Technical standard is all about you must have I got it? Your friends still on the way? You must always update. Very good. You can't say when you become a chartered accountant specialist. I told you last week, walking library. Walking library. Chartered accountant. No, Buddha, do this way. You what you are doing, do this way, this way. This is how you have to do. You have to be an exhibition. In a chartered accountant, see, people must tell you like that. That's why I don't have photos at my house. If they want to believe I'm a chartered accountant, let them to believe. If they don't want to believe a chartered accountant, let them to believe. Maybe in that room there. Simple as that. So you guys also must be same, please. Always get updated. Search Google, asking from people, known people, friends who are good in these areas. Okay, that's what technical standard. So altogether, how many? We have 7 principles code of ethics. In addition to that, we have one more. That is not only for accountants, but also for marketeers, also for engineers, also for lawyers, that we call public interest. We must always work towards the betterment of general public. We must be the servants of general public. They are very innocent people who are walking around the road. How very innocent. They all believe we are professionals. Educated people. They never believe that we will cheat them. So don't do this. Public interest. Always have that in here. In addition to these 7. So we have public interest as well. Any questions to anybody out of these 7, including the public interest? Some clarifications before we move into the next and 2 more slides. And today we want to take chapter number 2, little bit to fast track. Any questions? Okay, one keep on right now, then come. Any questions other than this? Okay. Online people, you have any questions? Any questions? Am I audible to the audience? Online, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
Yes. No, sir. Clear.
Okay. Okay. All clear. Good. Let's move forward. Professional judgment. Some of these people I can understand they are online today. Number of participants. Because it's raining now. I can't do that. I have to. It's a judgment, basically, that leads to a decision. But the beauty of the judgment is depend on the particular person. Your knowledge, your skill set, your experience, your know-how, your background, family background, environment, where do you live? Everything concatenated together. It will come from here always. You know that judgment. That's the beauty of judgment. If I ask something about to judge, the way this girl, how does it's totally different to this girl. It's man-oriented. That's the beauty of professional judgment. Professional judgment is very, very, very important to auditors. I don't say it is not important to accountants. I don't say it is not important to marketeers, engineers, so on and so forth, but it's very, very important to auditors. You tell me why. Why it is very important to auditors, professional judgment. You have to judge in that particular moment what to do. Why it's important. Go back to the first day. What do you mean by an audit? And point number one in code of ethics, independent. Be independent. What is the end product of audit? What we do in audit? Get the financial statement, go through, issue, independent. I give you the word. Opinion. Opinion. I can see. Now I can judge. Professional judge. Okay. So don't be so. I know. Maybe you are service, but allocate some good time for studies. Why? Because you are supposed to issue an opinion. And that opinion, what you are issuing, the whole world, the entire planet is believing as true, accurate. Think about the power that you should have in your professional judgment. You can't come and say, I am also a human being. When I was doing the judgment, I was wrong. Come on. Okay. Right. So the professional judgment is, it's man-oriented. It depends on the particular auditor, let's say. Skill set, knowledge, experience, know-how, family background, everything. Okay. It's very, very important. In your examination paper, if you get a question, why the professional judgment is very, very crucial for auditor, I hope you can now answer the question. Professional skepticism, pronounced in a nice way. Skepticism. When I was doing MBA at PIN back in 2010, under Professor Audit again, he basically invited two young, a boy and a girl, representing Sri Lankan #1 company for FMCG products. What is FMCG? FMCG? Huh? Fast moving consumer goods. Very good. And they were talking about the Sri Lankan, the most popular product for a consecutive 5 years at that time. Do you know the product? Every household, you have this product. Comes under sanitary. No, go ahead, categories. sanitary. Anybody knows this product? That's why it's so popular. It's a soap, my dear young people. It's a soap. What's a soap? Yeah. Sunlight. It was the Sri Lankan most popular product of consecutive 5 years. During that time, when I was doing MBA in 2010. These two were the people who did this magic to make it most popular. Very young, like you guys. And they were talking to us, 200 people MBA. The weekend batch. And they were saying, it's another soap. And we want to make it a different soap. And what we did, we brought the melody, a tone music people like to hear. Yeah. Sunlight. So you kept here in everybody's. It will give. When I pronounce the note, start like this. Stop at that point. At the pinnacle, top of the mountain and bring. Sunlight. Very young. Pronunciation is that much powerful. Professional skepticism is all about. See, I always have a doubt about all of you guys. I'm auditor. I always would like to see as accountant, this guy is, hiding something on me. I'm not basically believing on this guy or something like that. So skepticism is here. You always have a suspicious about the people that you always want to meet. It's not good. Okay, seriously, I'm saying it's not good, right? So then you always have some maybe like argument, battle, or something like that with the people because without any valid reason, you basically have suspicions with the people. That's not good. Seriously, I'm saying, but auditor, that is very good. Why? Why that's good? Takina come right for it. Not good. My God, serious. Good for auditor. Why? It invites you to resolve this matter, your suspicions. More and more information. That's what you want as audit. Okay, right. Professional extrapolation and sampling. When the auditors are doing the audit, financial statement audit, external audit, they always do the audit on a sample basis. My dear participants, revenue is 800 million Sri Lankan rupees Madhusima plantation. Reported last year, let's say, hypothetical example. You don't verify entire 800 million. Why? You can't. Why? Exactly correct. Waste and 800 million Sri Lankan rupees revenue. Accountant to report this 800 million. How many months later? How many months? Fairly 15 months, 12 months for the year. All the adjustment and everything, 15 months. Somebody is doing something, I want to check with this correct. You are doing something. I want to come and check whether what you did is correct. Time more for you or for me? For me. For me. So I need 30 months, 20 months. Do you think that shareholders are waiting for 20 months? Companies Act number 7, 2007, section 163, subsection 4. Maximum number of months auditor can take. How many months? What is Sri Lanka largest company? Daily PLC. Just imagine how many months you can take. From the balance sheet date, maximum 6 months. You have to finish everything. From the balance sheet date, within 6 months, you have to finish everything. And before the expiration of the 6 months, you have to send the audited financial statement to every shareholder. If you fail to do so as a company, you will be listed on default board in Colombo Stock Exchange. Share price by default board. So accountant takes 15 months. Not only 3 months. Printer and manual report. All these other works, bare minimal fairly 2 weeks. You have only 2 months. My God. How many items in the balance sheet? How many items in the P&L? Despite the fact that you had only 2 months, because of that, you have to basically go ahead with the sampling. You can't go to the court and say, Swami, I did based on sampling. So please, pardon me. Or no. Sampling does not mean that you are allowed to do mistakes. You do on sampling to the whole world. You verified the entire 800 million Madhusima plantation revenue. Well, we did RCA. 800 million revenue. You only verified 400 million. Balance 400 million, you did not verify. You know the reason now, the main is the time. But you have to tell to the world, I have verified. Yes, again the challenge. For the word but when the RCA can come the care, the value of a that is the beauty of extrapolation. That is the beauty of extrapolation. You take 800 million and you cascade it into parts. This much of revenue from tea, this much of revenue from rubber, and this much of revenue from other perennial crops. Let's say you don't have coconut, you have coconut as well. Where's the other perennial crops? Take it Galle tea. In Sri Lanka, we divide upcountry, low country for plantation. Upcountry teas, low country teas. Upcountry can wood cattle must get it. Low country, Galle mother. So you take tea now, from 800 million, you took tea, 250 million. 250 million upcountry venture, low country venture. How about it? That's the beauty of extrapolation. I don't know whether they are auditors 800 million making home RC I don't know. You have to do extrapolation and sampling. then you don't have any hesitation and keep. You can go to the, court or any other place. Stand straight. Okay. I'm pretty sure this 800 million. Yeah, I check only 1 million, but I'm pretty sure about the 800 million. Beauty of extrapolation. Any questions? Anybody online, please? I separately, categorically cannot ask. If you have any questions, please. Okay. Hello.
Yes, okay, sir. Thanks. Thank
Okay.
you. Yes.
Okay. So now, I'm lazy, so I will not put the full screen. Now, the next topic what we have is who are the interested people on this concept of auditing the work carried out by the auditor. Part of the audit. Who is interesting? Let's label them as in common as stakeholders. There are two conditions that to be satisfied. If you want to identify any individual as a stakeholder, there are two conditions. See, I'm auditor. In front of me, you people are there. I take only these two girls for this my example. How can I make sure this girl is a stakeholder, but this girl is not a stakeholder for me? This is how. Number one, condition number one. Sorry. Condition number one, there should be substantial interest. Substantial interest. One of you guys, a shareholder for HNB at a national bank. You are a shareholder. Ordinary shareholder, what shares do you have? Do you have a substantial interest? People understand. Yes or no? Yes. One of your friends is working at a national bank. Do you have a substantial interest? Not that much. That's the beauty of substantial interest. Condition number one, you should have substantial interest on not me, the work I am carrying out. You can audit report interest number one. Number two, you are going to take a decision, which is economic decision. First day we discussed what we mean by economic decision. And that economic decision you are going to change. Either you don't take, or you take, or partially take. The decision you basically change. Then you are naturally become stakeholder. If those two conditions are. Take auditing or living. You go MBA, PhD, another one. This knowledge, stakeholder discussion. Some textbooks, even if you search Google, you will get only this internal and external category of stakeholders. But I can introduce you latest modern textbooks. You have this one, interrelated stakeholders. That's not company. I become HNB. I'm not an ambassador. HNB don't pay for me because I'm taking their name in classrooms. We can get. Who are the internal stakeholders of HNB? Really, around the clock, 365 days, having substantial interest. their decisions change. How? Internal. HNP internal. Are these in employees? I think around the clock. Are you working? Pardon? How many hours you work per day? 4 days. You working department. Okay, traveling time again. Half an hour. Got lucky, I mean, half an hour traveling time again. I could have better by a very lucky. Back to home, office also, half an hour. Then wait, 8 hours the office in the Arati got 30 minutes, 8 hours given at night. Without that, they got 9 hours. You go home, or you before you come. When I do that, that's what now take up a bit. How many hours? 30 minutes. There. Take a that. 9.5. Go back to home. You spend the time with family members. Very good. Work-life balance. But you basically talk about the market, you say like this and all. Why have you didn't know? Very good. Yes or no? More than 12 hours. For many people, 14 hours. They can appear around the clock. Employees. Ordinary shareholders. Round the clock with the company. Top management, board of directors. Okay, internal matter resolved. External, HND, they are outside, but they have substantial interest and the decision they want to take, they change. Who are they like? One or two examples. Central. Huh? Central. A central bank. Very good. Central bank. For bankers, very, very important. Who else? Customers. People like you and me. Who else that we have? Huh? Shareholders, okay, 50-50. Sometimes you can put into internal, sometimes maybe. Okay. Some are like watching movie, cinema. Same as customers, we can say suppliers and all that. Some of the answers that I have received for external, not correct. Not correct. And that's okay, fine. Some of the answers you all given rather should be categorized under interrelated. Oh, sorry, interrelated. Can you categorize customers as external? Tapi, පොඩක් මේ HLP වලින් එළියට එමු. මතුල් සීමා plantation. කිව්වම මොකද කියන external one of the estate කොට තමයි බැංකුව. To take loans. මතුල් සීමා plantation is the company we are referring. Here we have a bank. So for මතුල් සීමා plantation, bank is external stakeholder. Why? මතුල් සීමා plantation is taking loans, paying loans, put your deposits there. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's why I requested you to read the recent model, latest textbooks, not the old one. If I ask you like this, can tell me, can a bank appoint a board director for a company to whom they basically granted a loan? Madhusima Plantation and HNB. Madhusima Plantation obtain a loan from HNB. Everybody can understand. My question is, can HNB appoint board director for Madhusima Plantation? With all the certificates and this one. Can HNB appoint board director to Madhusima Plantation? Can or can't? Can. Can. In two ways. Number one, if your loan is under the venture capital. Loan category venture capital. Now, it is must to appoint a board director by the bank. Not time to discuss venture capital. If time permits later, for your knowledge, I will discuss venture capital. If the loan category is venture capital, the model itself says bank should appoint board director. If that is not a venture capital, still a normal loan that you take usual general, board director can appoint with the permissions, approvals. If this companies heavily depend on this bank to protect the banking system, company වැටුණොත් ඇලෙකොටත් ලොකු ප්‍රශ්න. ඒක නවත්තන්න තමයි ඩිරෙක්ටර් කෙනෙක් දාලා මේක දුවන්නේ. So you can't say anymore bankers are external. They are already there. So interrelated. Customers are very powerful. They decide many things of your company. So don't keep them external. Think it as interrelated. Suppliers. We have this very famous motto. Customer is, customer is king. But to many Sri Lankan, Basti Magno, no the king. Bank goal pulling fine. They are doing. We were 100. Okay. Yours? Anybody working for bank? Check deposit box. Better. Well, check the deposit. What they say? Box. Okay. Now, no box. Under custom. What are they? That doesn't have any. Check this money. Screen again. Wrong number. Take a more. And then even that. I am okay. Most profitable companies Lanka no company. Post staff don't do this. It's your money, it's your right. Take both. But why don't put? What you can do? I'll tell manager. Who tell manager? I like to see your manager. Who wants to take customers for ride? I simply ask simple question. So what do now? You have a duty to perform. I have a guarantee. I'm a very innocent person. Make my metagam balangin mo na free. 2 minutes. Just a little bit. Books to them. What's the guarantee? Then what good. Next time, yeah. Go and ask. ඒක හරියට ඔය account number එක ලියලා තිබුණ නැත්නම් ඔක්කොම reject කරනවා. reject කරලා ගෙදරට post කරනවා. How many days it takes? Don't do this. These are really unknown. At least people like y'all directly go to the bank manager and say, I want this check to be deposited by one of your staff members. I don't want to put to the. What are the things I'll do? That's it. Very simple. Okay. Another thing, customer. But see, now, my point is, customer is king, supply is king. Bank again, but for many companies, if you don't have a good supplier, customer is the subsequent. You have a good product, then the customer is there. Suppliers of many finance people, supply accountant. The accountant you want to get both it. Ugly to see. You are the accountant, you are answering the phone, the accountant is on leave today. Supplier. So I do teach financial management also. Working capital management lazy with you. It is a supplier. Do we want finance manager to do that? Grade 5 student can do that. Grade 5. Next time, supply will take all these into account. They are called Kalagila. Right. Correct. Or else. No. We are giving you on a credit. Inferior quality goods. Who will penalize? You and your customer. Be careful. Don't touch supply payments ever. Pay on time. Be a real finance manager the day that you take a seat. Any questions about internal, interrelated, external? No questions. Okay, so we have few steps that to be followed, starting with audit plan, we will discuss later, and followed by this beautiful document called audit program, everything. It's like a blueprint. I'll discuss with you what it is. And then based on the audit program, you are supposed to do a lot of audit procedures. I will discuss few of those, very, very practical by nature. Only thing the time. And the evidence definitely I will discuss with you, and how to assemble, reassemble the evidence I will discuss. Judgment today also we discuss. Based on the judgment, the conclusion, the final opinion, and product. Step by step. Any step you lose for some reason. For example, this one. You are not able to collect audit evidence. I'm telling today, later we will discuss. Take my point, take my word. Any steps you don't follow, you cannot complete. All the steps are equally important. Equally. Later we take one by one topics and we discuss. One, two, three, four, five. Well, first दिन पढ़ा है group में. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What the first दिन? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 आउट लगते हैं. first दिन. Well, हर से क्या? मैं से क्या? अगर है. ऐसी बोलो भाई. कैसे कैसे तो है right? Group please do this exercise. What are people on board online? We have this exercise. Guys, have a audible. Abhi ye the way basic. 5 minutes for this. 5 minutes is very easy. Online, you guys are there, right? Hello? Are you guys are there? Are you there? Online?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Maybe you all have to do individually. What to do? You can't be in the group. Online. Answer this question within 3 minutes. You all basically respond to it, but then I will ask from you also online. What's the problem? You should not be in a musical show, no? Early morning, no musical shows. I hope everybody knows. May the inside I top reason why what it is. Yeah, you are part of the group name. You have done no. You are. Like this group discussion, please. Only one. Only another best shot. I really Yeah, that's also okay. I can see in the group, for number of members, they themselves do their work and finally decide which one is more powerful. That's okay. Shall we? It's okay. But it's not. Okay. Like group, but your group is thinking, what is the biggest reason the audit, the necessity for audit? One minute. By the way, I should appreciate and respect today the people who came here physically at it. Very good. Despite raining and very good. How you know? Oh, oh, sorry. One, sorry. One the lecturer is coming, only he is coming because he can see the lecturer is coming. Lucky guy. He also very lucky. He is guys. And what other?
Being on the essential safety, the model is this accelerates improvements take or the confidence promotes the supports and making
Because of this independent sort of assurance certification, stakeholder confidence growth. Stakeholder confidence growth. Okay. Your group. No, that's right. Oh, okay, good. Good. How about this group? Right. Look. You people.
Yeah, it's modern. The business model and the way they do is very complex.
Okay, sure.
So traditional way, easily they can understand the financial statements and the business. Here, it is one which is more important to understand and to know the accuracy of the business in this case when it comes to very large business.
Yeah. Okay. Good. This one, you guys privilege, huh? Asians, but very good. I'm very happy to hear. Anyone from online wants to raise your voice for this? At least one person would like. What's your answer? Or
Okay, sir. Sir, improve credibility and trustworthy while giving that independent opinion about the financial statement.
okay, super. Right. All in all, even online, you all also what he told boy, and all of you guys also say, and I'm very happy. That's what I said. When you come to modern business context, complexities after complexities, complexities after complexities. So, yeah, very high chances things will be missing, go under the carpet, whatever. So we need auditor is there, always make sure that these things are not happening. And because of that, as many of you guys said, do this. Stakeholder confidence and internally, your self-satisfaction that things are moving as planned. Means you are busy. Yesterday I was attending one of the audit committee. Means you are busy. So they do business. We want to see. We want support. Business customers over the customer again. Fair enough. You can understand. So we have to support as auditors. Here, don't worry. We will make sure rest of all the things, including compliances, as you guys correctly said. You do the business. Very good. Why maintaining independence become a challenge? One big reason. One big reason. I know you all know the reasons, but I want only one. Even online, please. One big reason why auditor cannot maintain the independence. May a small group activity. You join with this paper. 2 minutes. Okay. Who would like to provide the answer first? That, what is that? Close relationship with client. Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. Balcony. What's your answer?
And then says challenge due to close client relationships, speed developers and pressure to engage clients. Which can create for example, affect for the subject.
Are you yours? Oh, good. How about you guys? Yeah. Okay. Right. How about you guys? You guys? How about you guys? Yeah. Tell me. Tell me. Can you come again, please? We discuss independence and we can audit works to be independent in mind. What is that cannot be independent? That's the biggest reason that cannot do it. Relationships basically with the client now. Competition is very high. Monetary interest, but I want here practically the biggest one with the relationship with the client having client. Okay, good. Anybody wants to try online? Anybody wants to have a try? Okay, let's go out. Answer majority. Let me get last ready. Come on, Google, but see, when it comes to the amidst many things nowadays, yeah, it's unwanted relationship. Unwanted relationship with the client. Unwanted, unnecessary. limit area ready you are. Go beyond the limit with that trial. Okay. Organization. Are you? What's the time now? Maybe last year. Number three homework. Number three homework. Tani karo. Bada mana ase kala. Bada थोड़ी research कर ला. Technology को हम auditing practice you always mistake करें. Please. Small one. But don't say the AI, chat GPT, all these things. You do your. Number four angle. Deadline audit means client organization wants you to finish on this day. That's all. Very shorter period is needed. Today, let's say October 25th, no? Client organization say you have to finish the audit within exactly 2 weeks. We call it deadline audits. Deadline. Did I make a meaning? Now, try to answer. You know the general principles: independence, objectivity, integrity, confidentiality. You want to over the deadline audit, challenge pending. Is it a challenge? Deadline audit. Normal audit, it's okay. Deadline audit, is it a challenge? AI. Why? As per you, which general principle is mostly challenging due to this? And 2 minutes.
Unable to process the sampling method.
Unable to process?
Sampling technique. Fulfill the sampling techniques.
Sample, or what you are trying to say? Sample has to be minimized.
Yes.
Okay. Because of that, you will not be able to cover, or you have some doubt in certain areas because your sample is very thin or small, and chances are very high that mistake is there, no? Apparent, no?
Yes, that is the meaning, sir. Yes.
Okay, very good. Niyama, yeah. Take a Over, sir. You also try. Deadline audit. Take a window. Within 2 weeks, you will come sample. You make it very small. Small kind of command, your chances is very high that you don't cover the many areas. Correct? So you will apparently attempted to do a mistake. Are you parisang Any particular reason you use the pencil? Later you go home and you rewrite that. It's raining outside. How far? How many kilometers far here from your house? 30. 30. Good. By train, not from again. But bus was like. Like I was saying. You know, I did that again. Maybe I'm not kita pada shape. Well, tell me what is that? Yeah, please. Okay, yeah. Balcony. Wait.
The principle of professional due care, drafting work can compromise fairness, accuracy, and the quality of judgment, reducing the reliability of the audit.
Very good. To the point, due care will be at a challenge. Very good. Careless වෙන්න පුළුවන්. අදිසි වෙන්න පුළුවන්. හොඳයි. මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කිය. That's right. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes.
High pressure is audit quality. When you understand time deadlines, they may rush through it.
Exactly. May not be actually. ඒක දොගලක් හම්බුණාද? Very good. Now see, very good. මේ වගේ එකක් I don't know whether that will you by online you already answered the question. Objectivity මෙහෙන් එනවා. Due care යන පැත්තෙන් මෙහෙන් errors එන්න පුළුවන්. Very good. කොහොමයි practical වෙන්න? Even examinations. Even when you receive the papers examination, be more like practical so that easy. Okay, not easy, but අපිට බලන්න ආසි. ඔබ තමයි බලන්න උත්තර. Okay, nine people, you are there, right? Yeah. Now you know the professional skepticism, no? Suspicious mental schema. Your mindset, you see people suspicious. Okay, on the other hand, question is, how do you assess? Read. Get it? What our advantage can you discuss about online people?
Okay, based on the previous practice, that mean history, checking the history record, that mean previous audit, based on the previous audit and everything.
Okay, so yeah, now question is about, we all know the professional skepticism, what it means. That is, auditors always have the suspicious mental schema. In your mindset, you would like to see the people and the documents and the rest of the whole thing in front of you with suspicious mindset. In a way, professional skepticism meaning, එක හොඳ දෙයක් my side no, but I want you guys to say, එක හොඳද, if so why, තව වැඩි වෙන්න ඕනේද? Something like that. Okay. Two minutes, huh? 2 minutes. බැලුවොත් අහර
by how well they generate assumptions verified
as for you. It's true that's professional skepticism. As for you, do you think it's a good thing or what do you think? It's a good thing. Okay, so because it helps auditor to search more information. That's same. ඔගොල්ලෝ කියන හොඳයි කියලා. Your
Not too much in average.
your
Professional. Okay, not sir. Is that that's by varieties, evidence, and remains unattached. It can be very high order or low based on
Good. This concept is good. Body that. Okay. Very good. Next. What do you want?
Consistencies and low.
I can. Oh, good or bad? What do you think? Not good. Okay. We have one group says good. Good. Okay. Oh, good.
Observation of the behavior, types of observation of this behavior. Audit supervisor or release can observe and auditor explain unusual instructions and inconsistencies.
Okay. How about you all? Okay, very good. Very good. Anybody from online? Is good. Professional skepticism is good for auditor, but have a limit. Too much youth or a relationship and all will break. People will see you, you are not that suitable auditor, maybe, kind of situation. Okay, fine. Good, by the way. Number 6. Proper. Number 6. Number 7 now. Number 7 now. External or internal audit mostly contribute to the organizations. Think about Madhusima plantation. They have internal auditors as employees. Also, their external auditors visit at least annually. Madhusima plantation company contribute currently to its success and things like that. All have to strike a balance between the two. Okay, here, very production. Okay, again. Where? Here. External audit. Why?
I'm not sure.
Okay. You provide a good reason to support your answer. Maybe Google. Yeah. Huh? Okay. See, the beauty of this kind of thing. They say external audit, they say internal audit, both have reasons to say that. I will get you. Number 7. Okay. You are saying internal audit is good. Which one you are trying to say that there are a couple of points more than okay,
But in they do so in different ways. However, because they know it continues to implement of
controls and things like that.
yes.
Dating order is each other. And there is only when also minus in the very zero goes in the
Which one to make So, okay, so, very good, sir. Why I am saying, anybody from online?
Sir, moderately both audit are important because
Did that come again, please?
sir, moderately both my suggestion is moderately both audits are important because internal audit mostly can have a strong influence to prevent some fraud and misstatement. And while for the external audit are important as they are giving independent opinion because it is important for the stakeholders as a listed company.
But if you ask you to read which one is
Mostly, I think external audit is important because the stakeholders are take decision based on their opinion, audit opinion.
Okay, very good. Excellent. And also the people on board. Very good. Because it's like, somebody wants to say external, somebody wants to say internal, somebody wants to say. Very good. Why I like? You don't simply say, but you see the reason. Very good. Very good. I'm going to comment because I have received from you all this. Only thing, first of all, you have to have a company organization. I prefer internal audit, but see, it doesn't mean that external audit is not, this one, but barely goes to the side of internal audit when it comes to like, controls. 3 E's. What are 3 E's? Last week we discussed. Economy, efficiency, effectiveness, management audit. Somebody told, I think, management audit to touch color. Internal audit arena, the scope bigger than external audit, I feel. But break. It's a break. Your 5 minutes, I think. 5 minutes. New topic. After that, new topic. Okay, we'll start. Somebody from online, confirm whether screen is visible. Is the screen visible online?
Yes, sir. We can see, sir.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the comment. Okay, we will start, let meantime others join. So we have a brand new topic as our chapter number 2. So I use this, even not sometimes PowerPoint presentation. We might have used this kind of a document as well. I can easily put, but no need, you guys now ready for all these things. So time to time you will have PowerPoint, time to time you will have something similar to this. What is important is to discuss the topic and share the knowledge. Okay, so the chapter number 2, what we have, something is very, very interesting. It doesn't mean what we have discussed already. The chapter number 1 is not interesting. No? That is also very, very interesting. But rather than chapter number 1, chapter 2, session 2, more like a real life, I would say. We hardly want to see the side of the theories, but more practical aspects. And I basically aligning to the syllabus also discuss. You have this topic to be discussed with the substantial weightage. So we will discuss as our chapter number 2. So the topic in front of us is none other than corporate governance. I because I used to teach financial accounting, when I take this topic, people like, what a very like this. Why this topic, financial accounting? They think financial accounting, double entries and accounting standards. So, financial accounting, lot of qualitative aspects. And this topic, there are psychological aspects as well. Psychological. Now we are in auditing. Same as auditor. Now, what is corporate governance? Why important for us? Come on. Should ask the other way. Why it's not important. Relevance is at its pinnacle. So we will take the topic. In this time now, be ready for anything? Corporate governance. Now, I must tell you, before we move into the corporate governance, there are two things. Take a Galle cover. Somebody. Well, again, without even that, even that, more taking it. Huh? Recording native off. Recording off. Yeah. Okay. Let's use red color. That. Now, the topic what we have is corporate governance. But online, can you all see these things that I do right? This one?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir,
We
we-
can.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Now, the topic we have is CG, corporate governance. But to have CG, it is must to have CE. Without CE, no company can dream or practice CG on this planet, on this earth. Yeah. What is CE, which we already discussed in our topic number 1? Code of ethics. Exactly correct. There are code of ethics for accountants, auditors we discussed and concluded. 8, including public interest. There are code of ethics for marketeers, because I am also marketeer. There are code of ethics for engineers. I know there are a lot of my friends engineers, because I previously worked for Srilanka largest telco company. All my friends are engineers. And some engineers work under me, though I am a precious guy. There are code of ethics for lawyers. Likewise. You take an organization. You take organization like this. Now, there are accountants. There are engineers. There are marketeers. There are lawyers. All clubbed and work in this organization. Company name is Albert, let's say. Okay. Now, corporate governance, I can explain you in 2 ways. Please. Number 1. When all the employees attached to the particular organization practicing their own code of ethics, you take a helicopter, land on the top, and have a helicopter view. You know that pain? Bunch of people code of ethics practice karna pain. You can call it as corporate governance. Or else number 2, talking about that you have professionals who work attached practicing code of ethics. In this organization, Albert and Company, we have what? Board of directors. Top management board of directors. They practice code of ethics. Then practice an top. Don't say they practice code of ethics. You label it as what? Corporate governance. So is it good? Okay, I hope you guys are clear with the topic. Topic what we are discussing, taking now is corporate governance. There are 2 ways corporate governance can identify. People work attached, all they are practicing, take the helicopter view, call it as corporate governance. Talking about that approach, see the top. If they practice code of ethics, then you have to call it as corporate governance. අපි දැන් ඉන්න අනුර කුමාර දිසානායක president. Before that we had Gotabaya. No, Ranil Wickremesinghe and Gotabaya Rajapaksa. Before that, එයාට කලින්ද මෛත්‍රීපාල සිරිසේන. එයාගේ manifesto එක මතකද? Any of you all can remember his manifesto? Manifesto කියන්නේ පොඩි තාගෙන් ඉඳලා ගෙදර යන ගමන් on your way home again. Put tagline that you want. Presidential election එකට යන tagline එක මොකක්ද? Huh? යහපාලනය. He won the race by we all love corporate governance. In single යහපාලනය. He won the race. Such a powerful tagline. So we are going to discuss corporate governance in a company. Powerful. As same as that story. Okay, so little bit of that in the day what happened when it comes to this corporate governance. Online people audible?
Yes, sir.
In the company got that done. Okay, so now
Okay, sir. Fine.
okay. Now usually I don't like things read but make you. The directors of companies being the managers of other people's money rather than their own cannot well be expected to watch over it with some anxious vigilance with which they watch over their own. Powerful, ever. I mean, anybody can understand such a layman, plain, vanilla English. And you understood the point. 1726. Why we need corporate governance? Who are the people who run the show in organization? Now, think about a company. Who are they? They are sector. Board of directors. Are they own this company? Sometimes yes. Most of the times no. Then why they are run the show? Because these owners believe and they could run the show better than them. You understood the point? They are owners. They believe, okay. So this set of people with their skill set, knowledge, thank you. Skill set, knowledge, experience, they definitely run the show better than us. Kind of reason. Okay. But the thing is, well, first day one, you love your mobile phone. Same feeling you don't have a Uruguay. And then well, that's not what I want. Give me one for my channel. Your confidence. We all are human beings. You don't understand. Such a powerful this statement. Enough. We need corporate governance. Again, bring a sector. Don't think like this. No, it's my money. I know. No, it belongs to someone else. No, it's my money. That's the topic. We will see how we take it. Okay. Look at me. Okay. Oh. May ඔයගොල්ලන්ට නැද්ද ලියා ගන්න? Okay. Many people think governance, that is two words that concatenated corporate governance. Corporate, you know, organization. Governance, many people think, this is this control. No. Governance is not control. Maybe control will be part of it, but it's not control. It is basically the conceptual framework. When I'm coming in the morning to the class, I have some conceptual framework about you guys. You have similar. So we are expecting board of directors to have the conceptual frame. Everybody can have that. On the table. Policies, procedures. Some of you guys told earlier compliances. All good things. It's little bit of governance. Control will be part of it. This particular pictorial presentation, I would say, there are some, okay, it's a circle with, in between you have a triangle and then so-called organization structure, everybody can see. See what shows with these dots outside here. Non-executive directors, today I will discuss in, don't worry. Non-executive directors, sometimes independent, sometimes not. On these shapes, executive directors. With the process below, main management. Not in the board, what is trying to say? Okay. What is trying to show? Now, you see this particular organization. Again, organization. Okay? I will take one like this. Now, you are here. Wants to really understand where is the CG, corporate governance. Now, corporate governance should be always here. That is the top board of directors. Sometimes you may ask, what about CEO? Who is CEO? You know, Chief Executive Officer. What about CFO? What about other chief officers? You may think, according to this pictorial presentation, they are not representing corporate governance. Who they are? They are employees. What applies for them? C, give me the C, E. Board of ethics. Corporate governance to the top. Anything below. Board of ethics. Okay. Okay, right. We will discuss about these directors, different types of directors. What's that on it? I don't discuss these things, so I let you guys to read through, go through. Make a lesson back in the history, how the governance, laid the foundation. Here one, please. Can you see this one? Yesterday, by about late evening, I was attending an audit committee. Maybe 1970. In US, Securities and Exchange Commission required listed companies to create audit committee as standard committee of the main board comprising independent outside directors. In Europe, 2-tier boards were promoted. 1970. Enron, Wells Fargo, Enron, Wells Fargo. Thank you. Lot of companies collapsed. In Sri Lanka, Promuga Bank, similar to HNB. There is a bank close by Colombo. Promuga Bank collapsed. Listed bank company. You ask from your parents. Promuga. And many other companies and I'm collapsed. The biggest reason for many such companies collapse here, if you have any interest on that, I'll tell you the reason. And somebody said, but there's a chance. Why Enron collapse? Why Wells Fargo? In Sri Lanka, Hong Kong and all this. What's the biggest reason? Enron, you know. Enron, I told. Enron story, I told. Shareholder found that PNL manipulated. No interest to read. What could be the biggest reason these companies to collapse? So, maybe two choices there. When I was in a school, 1997, during that time, you know, many people that I know as working people, will have a company come here. What is there? But okay. Company collapse. Unfortunately. When the directors are leaving the company, land checks are they used to sign land checks and give it to secretary. I don't know whether it's a trust or I don't know what it is. The company got out to that because of that collapse. We have started saying, yeah, there's money, but let me think of my money. You must, yeah, I don't know. You believe I found 2 years, no, or 1 year back. It was in the paper, different story, same topic. How many times you pay gratuity for employee? Gratuity. You don't know this topic. Gratuity. When you work for more than 5 years, you know, and you are entitled, and then when you are leaving the company, you will be getting, you know, there's a calculation for that. There's a calculation. I know it. So, how many times you pay?
Only one
About
time.
a year
Sir.
back. Only one time, I think. It's so 16 times. Same employee here. මේ ප්‍රශ්නයක් දෙනවා ගන්න එකයි කො කියන්නේ. Yeah, in Sri Lanka. So you realize how important our topic now was. You can't go in front of society and tell this. See, you remove all your clothes and you go, that's fine. Okay. Just think about that. You want to tell this to people are doing school, grade 10 or 11. What do you think about Sri Lankan company? Happening. Our topic is because of that very important phase. Okay, right. Yeah. So the big few areas. The biggest reason actually this corporate governance to emerge into this level, I can say, is this episodes we have in corporate collapses. In Sri Lanka as well, the corporate governance lastly also strengthened. Then Samani, when it comes to a company, like you all said that you want to be an entrepreneur. What's the difference between E letter and I letter in entrepreneur and intrapreneur? Any idea? E, your own business model that you launch. Then you are entrepreneur. E. Intrapreneur, you are an employee in a company now, but you own some maybe a business model or some other invention you own. So then you are intrapreneur. Is your inside. Now, when it comes to a company, since you all said you want to be entrepreneurs majority, when it comes to a company, organization, you have a chairman. That's fine though. I'll take masculine. Also, you have CEO. Ideally, ideally, chairman and CEO can't be the same person. Fine. But most of these companies we were talking now, while ago, chairman and CEO say. Not because of that we are saying chairman and CEO should not be the same person, because we have episodes. Chairman is the boss of the board. Chairman is the boss of board. Means most of the board decisions handled by this boss. No. Okay. Once you take the board decisions, that should be implemented by CEO with the rest of the team. What if the same person carries the both role? What is possible? How much sleeping? Don't sleep. What is possible? You can think, no. If the board decisions to be implemented by CEO and you are the person take most of the decision at the board level, what decision you take? Decision which can be implemented easily. Decisions, it is benefited for me as a CEO. There are many other things. Okay. So when it comes to corporate governance, we have a rule like this as well, and many things to be discussed. So this topic is about that. Okay, right. Don't sleep. මම නිදාගත්තොත් කොහොමද? I will ask questions now in the paper. See the diagram. Huh? The pictorial presentation. It's an organization. Something's happening on Microsoft. So you have shareholders who appoints board of directors, follow the rules, management operation. Shareholders finally takes the responsibility of all these things because appointment comes through. Then we have to have accountant and appoint. How they appoint? HR company chief, HR manager, and the CFO. CFO appointed, who has been appointed CFO. Maybe CEO. CEO appointed by who? Board of directors. Board of directors appointed by who? Shareholders. Then you also appointed by shareholders. ප්‍රශ්නයක් අහලා තිබුණා පේපර් එකේ ලස්සනට ලියන්න. Then you have sets of policies, regulations. You all know as accountants, accounting standard. We know we are discussing auditing standards, many things. So this whole structure, correct, represent again how it should be the corporate governance. Okay, right. Never kill that. Without go through the paragraphs, why the corporate governance is important? I have discussed for about 20 minutes or something. Why corporate governance is important for organization? Let's have a try. You say, why corporate governance? Do you think? One reason, based on the discussion so far, you see the control side of the business. We need corporate governance. With the corporate governance includes laws, regulations, controls. Good. However, any idea why we need corporate governance organization? To get the more, attract more. Very good. Through investors, no? When investors knows that, got to know that you are practicing corporate governance, they know things happening quite, the way expected. Very good. Very good. Very good. Transparency. Usually we don't have as a country, but at least people like you all take the battle next time. Like, what a feeling, right? Transparency. You are very correct.
Ensure the trust of
Everybody now. Think about now employees. if you have corporate governance, if you have trust on your bosses, hardly even if you get increments, bonuses, anything there. See that, bond. What is your not much. No, don't invest. Small things you have to do day to day. But see the power. Very good. See the power. So in addition to that, here it takes then accountants say bottom line. What is mean? What does it mean? How about your bottom line? What is meaning? Working people attached to finance, working people. So, what's the bottom line? What is bottom line? In fact, net profit after tax. Profit for the year, P&L ki bottom line. Bottom line is that. Okay. Now, let's say Albert and Company. This guy, Albert. Do not practice corporate governance. Do not practice. Bird and Company. Do practice corporate governance. Very clear. Now, Albert and Company not practicing corporate governance, they have only this BL, you and I know. But Bird is having 3 BL, bottom lines. We are A corporate governance. 3 bottom lines. What others? One is impact. Other 2. Now I discussed when I was 2 minutes back. I was there. Right there. One. That is number 3. Profit, people, provide lunch, people outside, free of charge, power. That's the meaning of plan. But if we practice corporate governance, good or bad? Good no. We don't practice. You never consider outside people, you never consider your people. You only want your bottom line, tradition. You can see here what it does. It builds relationship between company's management, that is board of directors, shareholders, and other stakeholders. Why we want to build, you know the reason? Take a neck. So we have to build. How many of you all attended annual general meetings of company? Anybody having shares? Company shares. Okay. I, can count, but have attended many. I have attended as company representative. I also sitting as shareholders. So I both sides. Company secretary. Now is the next agenda item is to reappoint our board of directors. Iwagawa. Set again. Iwagawa. Set again. Why? What's the reason? Yeah. If you don't maintain integrity, honesty, things like that, you get this. But throughout your period so far, you did the maximum for the people in front of you. You should be like this. Corporate governance. Some shareholders, they say all these things. Take the mic. You be smart like this. Are they actually timings of your time? The day you become CFO or finance person, you have to address the audience. Passive audience, sometimes BMIC is the entire this one. Shareholders. There are some shareholders. I'll tell you how to tackle. Are they? I'm serious. Saya tahu dia, macam ni ikut kiri dia. There are shareholders. Oh, ya, me dorana. There are shareholders. Me mana? Tentang dia ni. Me mana? Annual reporting. Ini yang macam. There are some shareholders who comes like this. Orang photo dah hide dia. Nearly 10 shares he is trying or she is trying. He can't lie. Better than there. And also the annual report have all these stickers of all these things. This normally annual report is this size, but this fellow is carries annual report this size with some supporting. According to the Companies Act, if shareholder wants to talk continuously for any number of hours, days, you can't stop at AGM. But AGM, Patanga company's AGM. Seriously. Why you don't like to see, don't have interest? Why? What is it? Class 8:30, 11:30 my class. If this is AGM, only 8:30. 20:30. I myself have answered during one of PLC work, explaining deferred tax. Same audience within like an hour 4 times. දෙවෙනි පාර තුන්වෙනි හතර පාර මම කියලා මම already කිව්වා කියලා. My dear shareholder, I already explained I don't have right. Okay, deferred tax is this happened because of that, this where, don't worry, no need to pay, it's a book end. My wisdom. Can I know what is this deferred tax, this adjusted into the P&L? Taken there, taken. You have to build. So you have to build through corporate governance. You have to build through corporate governance. It's not bad. Sorry. Don't go outside. Among shareholders, some shareholders. Simply say, no. I don't like him to be director of this company. And I have reason. Everybody will see this. Yeah. In New Zealand, Australia, Europe, many countries, annual report carries bad stories of directors. Want to see today the afternoon slides of Google. Some of the annual reports, directors like bad stories of the because to maintain corporate companies. Sri Lanka, we haven't yet come. We will come there. So, anybody, you know, related party transactions, you all know, no? There is parent, sister companies, board of directors, and all. In Europe, family members, spouse, children, with their names, age, occupations, schooling, everything should be in their own report. Should be in their own report. We discuss. And we'll stop at the we'll discuss next week. Thank you so very much. People online as well. And all the very best. Okay. Attendance. Again, important. Next, I also want online. Wait.